Greetings, fellow Pokemon trainers. I just wanted to make this hopefully quick little video to talk about Pokemon Showdown, the platform that we will be using for this tournament. I'm just going to go over some basic things, quality of life things that will make it easier for everyone involved. And I mainly wanted to make this video for people who don't have a lot of experience with Showdown. I know there's a widely varying level of familiarity with Showdown amongst some of the people in the tournament. Some of us are experts who have been using Showdown for over 7 years. Some maybe used it a little back in the day but could use a refresher, and then I imagine there are quite a few of you who stopped playing competitive Pokemon entirely before Showdown even came out and have like no idea what this website even is, aside from just what you're seeing right here. So hopefully this will be helpful for anyone, but this is mainly focused on the last group, the people who just really have no idea what's going on, and people who can maybe use a refresher. But the first thing that I do want to mention real quick is relevant to everyone, that you'll want to hear this regardless of your experience in Showdown, and that is, if you haven't already heard me say this, I want everyone to let me know when their match is scheduled. So once you and your opponent agree on a date and time, let me know what you agreed upon, because I would like to do live commentary on at least some of these matches. I think that would be really entertaining. So yeah, just let me know once you have agreed on a time and date with your opponent. And also, in general, I would prefer for the entire set to be played out in one sitting, but if need be, if it would be more convenient or just preferable for whatever reason, you and your opponent can agree to play some games on one day, some games on another, split it up however you want, just as long as you get it in, get all your games done by the July 27th deadline. And of course that can be a little flexible. If something comes up and you need an extension, let me know. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to talk about Pokemon Showdown. So the first thing you need to do when you go to Showdown is choose a name. And I highly recommend choosing an original name. You can see, I don't know why some of these are in my autofill. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know why this email that I haven't used in like 8 years is here. I don't know what some of this autofill is. Also, hopefully your Showdown will look a little different from mine and you won't have these big ads here because you'll have ad block. I'm in an incognito window right now, and you'll see why momentarily. But, so I don't have ad block, but hopefully you will, and hopefully your Showdown will look a lot less messy. So anyways, I highly recommend choosing a name that like no one has used before, and you'll see why. Because you're going to want to register it. So, I used to have an account called Big Titty Gym. Let's just go with Big Titty Gym 2, because I doubt anyone has taken that. Anyways, as you see, it'll let you use it, but what you want to do is, shit, how do you register the name? Alright, here we go. It's over in settings. That's right. So, once you have your name, if no one's chosen it, go to register and choose a password. So you can see I have the password for my main autofilled. But just like choose any old password. I don't think there's any requirements. And then this is Pikachu. It's just a security question. Okay, so there you go. Boom, account's registered, and now you can log in at any given moment. The reason that I think this is a good idea is because there will be no confusion as to who you are. Once you register the account, presumably only you will have access to that account, so no one could like, I doubt anyone would do this, but no one could like pretend to be you and try to snipe your battle or challenge your opponent when you're not there or something. And it just makes it easier for consistency throughout, if you keep the same tag throughout the tournament. So just make an account now, register it. You saw it was pretty easy. Just do that. Now we need to talk about team building. Your teams actually will not be registered to your account. If I were to go log in on another device with this, any teams that I built here would not be there. That is because teams are stored locally within your browser. And this is why I'm on an incognito window, because I didn't want you all to see my teams. You know, I didn't want you guys to see my teams. So This is where you build your team, by the way. Obviously, team builder, it's right over here. So what you do, hit new team, select the format. It's very important that you choose the right one. So Gen 8 OU is right here under Swish Singles, and then the rest of them are right here, past gens OU, here in this third column. And make sure that you choose the right one for the team you're building. So like, do this, and then if you are just raw building it, you can just go here, and it's pretty straightforward from here. You select the Pokemon you want, and then, you know, it has everything, moves, then you click this, stats, it'll bring up everything related to stats, EVs, IVs, nature. So yeah, that is pretty straightforward. However, if you are going to, say, get a team from somewhere, you would want to use the import text function here. And what's very important, regardless of whether you just build it raw yourself or import it, always make sure that for the format you have selected, you're able to validate it. Always click this validate button before you try to use the Pokemon, your team, in an actual Pokemon battle. Because if it's not validated, it won't let you use it. So always validate, and remember that once you have validated, you want to keep your team. So, because of, as it says right here, clearing your cookies, specifically local storage, will delete your teams. Do not clear your cookies, do not clear your cache, etc. Don't do anything like that on the browser that you intend to build your teams on. If you must do something like that, before you do it, make sure you go in here, hit import export, and then your full team, you will be able to copy and paste it from right here. Go put it in a notepad or a Word document or something that you'll be able to keep, and then just copy and paste that, and when you come back, you will be able to go to a new blank team, hit import export, paste it here, hit save, and then it will be there. And then just make sure you validate, of course. So, you've got your account registered, you know where to make your teams, you're not going to clear your cookies, and you're going to export your teams and save them somewhere if you do need to. It's just a good idea to export your teams in general, just because you never know what could happen. Your computer could get fried and you could lose your team. So just back up your teams if you value them, that is. Where do you get a team? Perhaps if you're in a pinch. Let's say you're in a pinch. It's July 27th and you need to have your battle now, but you procrastinated and you don't have a team. Well, you're in luck. There's a number of resources. For older generations, specifically for this tournament, Gens 4 through 7, I would recommend going to the Ruins of Alph. You can find an OU sample team thread over at Smogan, and these will have sample teams for every generation. They may be a little outdated, because this thread is from 2019. If you get anything from here that's, you know, maybe in like 2019 or early 2020, make sure that you validate, because you want to make sure that nothing in that team happened to get banned since it was posted. For Gen 8, if you're really in a pinch, I recommend going to Smogan Rate My Teams. This is a classic move where you can just steal whatever team you want for Sword and Shield. Do they have it for other gens? I don't think they have it for other gens. However, they do have an archive for previous gens, but you know, the meta develops so much, you're probably better off going with that more recent sample thread for the older gens. But for Gen 8, this is a great place. There's tons of teams here and a bunch of people giving feedback. What is really good is to find one. A lot of the time people put like the peak elo, yeah, see, peaked at 1914, top 50 with 4 little cup. Whoa, what is this? Okay, don't use this team, but this is insane. What the fuck? What? Okay, I'm gonna have to read some of this later. This is really interesting. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, so, they'll normally include, like, a thing you can import, export. Yeah, so a Pokepaste. If you see a Pokepaste, click on that, and then you can just copy and paste all of this, and then import it just like you would anything else. Pokepaste is just a nice little convenient way they put everything together. Not everyone will do a Pokepaste, some might just have it listed in their thread. But either way, just copy and paste it, go to your team, import, paste it, validate it, you're good to go. So yeah, highly recommend looking at Rate My Team. Look for something with high elo, at least 1800 is your best bet. Maybe something like 1700-ish. Yeah, there's plenty of teams to choose from here, and there's new ones posted every day, and you can read advice on most of them. So yeah, highly recommend looking at Rate My Team if you're in a pinch and need a team. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? We've talked about the team builder. It's pretty straightforward. We talked about where to get teams, Runes of Alph, and Smoke and Rate My Teams. Don't clear your cookies, remember to register your account, always validate, and of course tell me about your matches in advance. And remember to save the replays so that way I can validate whoever won or lost. You know, if I'm watching, then that's one thing, but especially if I'm not watching, definitely save the replays so I can validate the results. And yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope that you are excited to battle. I'm looking forward to seeing some great matches. Alright, I will see you all later. Take care.